Welcome to the Caltrans Division of Traffic Operations, Office of Encroachment Permits eHow, on submitting a complete standard encroachment permit application package. This eHow is presented to assist you in providing us the information we need to quickly review your project or activity, thereby helping us reach our goal of providing you a permit request determination within 30 days. This video explains what constitutes a complete standard encroachment permit application package using application form TR0100 but does not cover, adopt a highway, chain installer, or filming permit application packages. We will now review each of the three basic parts of a standard encroachment permit application package. First, the application, then the supporting documents, and finally, the fees. Let's start with the application form. The application form TR0100 can be found on this web link shown. The application form provides you the opportunity to answer questions about your project, such as where, who, when, what, and how. Your detailed answers to the questions help us understand your project details, impacts to the highway system, and your project contacts. It is extremely important that you complete all questions with as much detail as possible or mark N/A, if not applicable. The more details you provide, the faster you will receive your permit. Application questions 1 through 6 help us determine where your project is located. County, route, and post mile are the three pieces of information we use to determine locations on the state highway system. You can answer questions 1, 2, and 3 by using the post mile query tool at the link shown here, or by contacting your local district encroachment permits office. If your project has multiple locations, you will need to include additional pages to identify all the locations. Questions 7 through 20 cover the who, when, and what for your project. First, the who. We need to know if you will do the work yourself, or if a contractor will do it. Your contractor may also need to apply for a permit, so check with your local district encroachment permits office. To speed up your application review, please let us know if anyone within Caltrans has already reviewed your project or activity. Now the when. To minimize traffic delays, we only allow work during certain days and between certain hours, so we need to know when you plan to start work and how long you plan to work on the highway. Question 16 is for your own tracking or billing purposes and can be used to help you relate our permit number with your own project reference number. Question 17 is where you will describe what you want to do on the state highway system. Your project description should include as much detail as possible. In general, more details are preferred over less details. Your description can range from a paragraph to a full set of engineered plans with calculations, depending on the complexity of your project. If we need to ask you for additional information to determine project viability, it might delay our review and your permit. So please provide accurate and complete information to thoroughly describe what you intend to do and the potential impacts on the state highway system. Question 18 describes where on the highway you will be working and asks for documentation on how you plan to ensure all highway users move through your project area safely, with as little inconvenience or delay as possible, and in a way that conforms to the Americans with Disabilities Act guidelines. Most projects need traffic control plans, so you may need a professional engineer to determine if Caltrans standard plans are appropriate or if project-specific plans need to be developed. Traffic control plans for the state highway system need to be stamped and signed by a California-registered professional engineer. The Caltrans standard plans can be found at the link shown here. Questions 19 and 20 pertain to excavation and underground work. While these questions are mostly for utility companies, you will need to answer these questions if your project requires excavation or you will be installing anything underground. Questions 21 through 27 help us understand the potential environmental and water quality impacts of your project. Your standard encroachment permit application package cannot be considered complete until you have obtained environmental clearance. Federal and state environmental laws require Caltrans, cities, and counties to review your project and ensure all environmental impacts are avoided or mitigated. While these questions are extremely important and cannot be skipped, the questions only cover some of the impacts your project may have on the surrounding area. If a local agency has led you through the environmental process, then check yes to question 21 and provide the environmental document as a supporting document in your standard encroachment permit application package. If a local agency has not been involved with your project, then check no for question 21 and answer questions A through K and questions 22 through 24. Please be advised that every project must have an approved environmental document or categorically exempt in compliance with state and federal laws, without which, submittal is incomplete for acceptance as stipulated in California's Streets and Highways Code 670.5. Questions 25 to 27 provide you the opportunity to tell us how you intend to preserve water quality during your work. Estimate the area of disturbed soil within and outside the state's highway right-of-way. Report the quantity of dewatering and where it will be discharged. Finally, provide where you will dispose of the storm water and groundwater. You are almost done. Communication is an integral part of any project, and questions 28 through 30 provide space for 3 different contacts: yourself, your authorized agent if applicable, and a billing contact. Accurate and current contact information will enhance communication to quickly resolve any issues. Please be sure to sign, provide your name, title, and date your application. That concludes the application part of your package. Now let's talk about the supporting documents. Supporting documents must fully explain why you need to enter the state's highway right-of-way, how you intend to do what you need to do, and how much time you need to do it. You can use the checklists on the Applications and Forms internet web page at this link shown, or you can contact your local district encroachment permits office to help in determining which documents you need to submit. We will now address the second topic, supporting documents. This short video cannot provide a complete list of all documents you will need since every project is different. However, here are some examples of typical supporting documents you may need to provide: project plans including layouts, cross-sections, profiles, construction details, traffic handling and detour plans, engineering reports and design calculations supporting the design, stormwater management plans, environmental approval, letters of support from local agencies or permits, cooperative and maintenance agreements. Now that you have your completed application form and supporting documents, the final item required for a complete standard encroachment permit application package is the fee. State policy requires Caltrans to recover the administrative costs for reviewing, issuing, and inspecting permit projects. Public corporations, such as federal and state government agencies, cities, counties, and public districts are fee exempt. The current minimum initial deposit required to begin the review process is $492. Additional fees may be required prior to permit issuance or during inspection for any costs that exceed your initial deposit. Fee deposit can be paid by check with the application package or by credit card over phone. Once completed, you may email or mail your application package to your local district encroachment permits office, and you can contact them if you have any questions. To reduce processing times, applicants are encouraged to submit the application package by email, but may also submit it by mail or in person. When you call the office, you may want to ask the following questions. A. Is the standard encroachment permit application package appropriate for my project? B. Is the county, route, and post mile information correct for my project? C. Do I have the correct supporting documents for my project? D. Does my contractor need a permit also? E. How much will my permit cost? The information you provide in your standard encroachment permit application package is critical in assisting Caltrans maintain the safest highway system possible and enables us to issue your permit quickly. Caltrans strives to provide quality customer service and continually examines policies and procedures to safely maintain the highway system for all highway users. Thank you for viewing the Caltrans Traffic Operations Office of Encroachment Permits eHow on submitting a complete standard encroachment permit application package. To comment or make a suggestion about this video, please email us your feedback to the email address shown. We hope you enjoyed your visit. When finished, please close this eHow window at any time.